Good morning.
Good morning, and we're live. Well, welcome to Fun Time Podcast. It's special stream live, and we're here to talk about the upcoming She Talk event in Houston, Texas, and you're gonna be one of the speakers there, right?
I am. I'm so excited. This will be my first time with the She Talks group.
Yes, welcome, and we have Heather with us as well. Hi, how you doing?
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome. So we just went live, and we just introducing, one of the person that's going to be speaking in the event and is going to talk about the event. And you can tell us a little bit about you as well and all the you do. So
Good afternoon. My name is Heather Carson. I am an attorney here in Houston, and I will be leading one of the breakout events on day one. The branding and marketing your business online, avoiding legal pitfalls. And this will be my first She Talks event, and I am so looking forward to not only meeting everyone in person, but also getting the opportunity to support the local Houston community and our veterans.
that's awesome. Thank you.
Awesome.
Uh, Looking forward to meet you in person. What about you, Lorraine? Can you tell us a little bit about you?
My name's Laureen Cummings. I'm actually coming to you from California. So it's still morning for me over here a little bit. Uh, I'm actually a financial professional with World Financial Group. And after my divorce 4 years ago, I realized that I didn't have a retirement plan. So it started me on a whole new life journey, understanding money better and being a better steward of my money and preparing for retirement. Um, Two, I'm a veteran. I was active duty Air Force and Army Reserves, and then was also an Army wife for 15 years. So I've been around the military my whole entire adult life.
Oh, thank you for your service as a military spouse and as a veteran. There's two really hard jobs.
Yeah.
um, so tell us a little bit about you. Tell us, introduce you to yourself. To what do you like to do? What people can expect to hear from you when they come see your life.
Which one of us? You go first,
Uh,
Heather.
Well, I am not a native Houstonian. Was actually a military kid. My father served in the Army for over 20 years. My husband is actually from LA, and I graduated high school in New York. We settled here after we both graduated, um, after we both got out of grad school. And so, what you can generally expect from me is a bit more of a laid back attorney. I own my own practice, so I'm able to. I tend to bring a little bit less of a formal atmosphere. My goal is to make small business owners comfortable with the legal process, and that to help people realize that attorneys are not scary. We're actually here to help. And I'm actually in my home office right now. And my goal from a business owner perspective is to ensure that small business owners have access to the legal information and legal advice that they need at the right time and at the right price point. Because I firmly believe that no business owner should be making poor decisions or decisions based on information that they were able to Google instead of actual good legal information in their area. When I'm not working, you're generally going to find me with my year-and-a-half-old Australian cattle dog, who is the both highlight and occasional bane of my day, because if he is not getting the amount of attention that he deserves, he will literally chew on the walls. But you can expect a good amount of information, and even those of you that can't join the breakout session, all the information will be available online afterwards, so that you can take full advantage of everything that the conference has.
well, thank you for what you do. That's very important
It
because
is.
a lot of business owners get into a lot of trouble just because
Yes.
they don't know what they do.
Yeah, and as business business owners, we're really good at what we do. I'm a great lawyer. It's what I love to do. I don't pretend to know about financial planning or even, really doing, I don't do my own books. I review them with my accountant and my bookkeeper, but I don't, I have a financial planner, I have a bookkeeper, because I know how important it is to leverage those professionals. And, getting people comfortable with that idea is a big part of my practice and building that community around a business owner.
Thank you. Yeah,
I
that's
couldn't
so true.
agree more with Heather on that. Like, we cannot wear every hat. We need to be really good at what we do, and then be smart enough to hire people to do the things that we're not good at. So kudos to you. That absolutely, I completely agree. I don't do my own taxes. I might be a financial professional, but I don't want to do my own taxes,
Well, and it's amazing how many people think that it's like, oh, well, you know this one thing, you must know everything. Like, no.
No.
I know a lot of accountants that won't do taxes. They're just like, I just, it's not my lane. I was like, okay, that's great. Whose lane is it? Let's go there.
Yes, I completely agree.
Yeah, I agree too. Once upon a time, I used to do my own taxes. It took me a long time because I had to make sure I check all the little boxes. Where a professional, would know what boxes to check in the first place. So yes, that's very important. How about you, Lorraine? Can you tell us a little bit about you and what you do?
Well, like I said, I actually started in this financial profession after my divorce 4 years ago. When I, being a military wife, I was actually coming from a network marketing background where I was in the top 1% of my company. And I remember asking my ex-husband, I'm like, shouldn't we have a retirement plan for me? Shouldn't I have life insurance, all this stuff? And he'd go, we don't need that. That's why I'm doing 20 years in the military. So we are taken care of in retirement. Well, that was great while we were together, but once we weren't, it became a whole different ballgame. I'm very, very grateful. I had a great income from my network marketing company that I was with. So I was very blessed, but we'd always treated my money like play money. Like his money was the real money that paid the bills, and my money was just for vacations or buying new furniture and all that stuff. And honestly, people will find this hard to believe, but when I start talking about this, they're like, but I'm not good at numbers. I'm like, I wasn't either. Truly, I wasn't, but it's not something you can't learn. So literally the first year I made any real money, he said, do you have any idea how much money you made last year? As he was doing air taxes. And I went, no. He said, you made $65,000 last year. I went, is that good? And that's how clueless I was, because again, we treated it like play money. And I think that happens a lot to females, where the man's the breadwinner and anything she brings in is just kind of gravy.
Yeah.
And so that's how he treated me. So after the divorce, and I realized that I was behind the 8 ball, I was really behind on this retirement thing, and I'm in my late 40s. I'm like, okay. And a friend happened to approach me and started asking me if I was ready for retirement. And I'm like, I am not. And it got me interested because she started telling me stuff like, and again, I'm not a gambler. Like, I thought the stock market was like, nah, I don't want any part of that. That's scary. And so then I learned about some safe investments, and I was like, okay, that's really interesting. Yeah. Now we're talking. And that's how I got interested in this. Just like my network marketing company started from a need in my own personal life, so did this career. And I definitely have a passion for it. We actually teach from this little book called How Money Works. Can you see that?
Oh.
That's written in cartoon form.
Wow.
That should have been taught in high school.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'll have some of these at the event.
Awesome.
And we even got it right now in Spanish, but I only have like 4 copies in Spanish. Yeah. So it's really about learning the basics of money. And a lot of people look at a financial professional for the wealthy people. And with the company I work for, which is World Financial Group, we look at middle class people. And if you're not middle class and you struggle with money, then the book is to help you get better at becoming a better steward of your money. So that's a little bit about what my talk will be about, and about women being in charge of their own finances and their own future. Because even if divorce or death doesn't happen to you and you make it to the golden age together,
Mhm.
it's still better to have two retirement plans instead of just one.
And that's so important what you say, right? Um, we have so many hang-ups growing up,
Mhm.
and a lot of people struggle with money mindset.
Mhm.
They see money as the root of all evil, or whatever, or we can't sell because that's bad, or all the connotations that
Mhm.
they have, and all the uh, different things, and all the bad things that people say about money. So learning, being educated is the first step to change that.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's very important, because really it's just a tool that is what you do with
Mhm.
it.
Absolutely.
And that's a lot of the female business owners that I work with. They're starting their businesses post divorce because it was their hobby that they realized was actually their passion, and that they could turn this into revenue that they needed, that they now truly need, because they were not the ones in charge of the checkbook. They didn't know what was coming and going every month, and it's very scary on the other side of that. It's
Yeah.
something my mother still struggles with. My father died over 20 years ago, and she's like, but I've never had to do this. Like, Mom, you've had to do this for a very long time. But she's still in her 60s. Like, money is this really scary concept to her. She's just like, I just don't know. Like, what if I do it wrong? It's like, well, if you do it wrong, we back up and we redo it. It doesn't have to be something that we're afraid of. But when you don't plan with money and you don't know where your money's going, you're putting not only yourself at risk, but also the people that you care about the most.
Exactly. How
Yeah.
heartbreaking is it to see a GoFundMe page or a barbecue sale just to pay for the funeral? Not
Mm-hmm.
not to mention life after the
Yep.
funeral. And I mean, it's a tiny, tiny step. And truth matter is, we could all go at any time, and we
Yep.
should be prepared for that, so we're
Mm-hmm.
not leaving somebody else in a financial bind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's so important. And I think it's something that we should be teaching our children from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
There's a huge lack of financial education and legal
Mm-hmm.
education
Mm-hmm.
um, in our system, right? And that's how people get into trouble.
Yeah.
And,
Exactly.
and it's all avoidable with
I
the
think
children.
this book should literally be taught in their senior year of high school
Mm-hmm.
before they go out, or at the minimum before they graduate from college.
Yeah. Well,
So many will rack up student loan debt and
mm-hmm.
default on it, which will haunt them for years to come.
Mm, that's awesome. So, how do you get involved in the She Talks event? How do you, become a speaker? And I'm looking forward to hear you talk in there.
Um, Julie had come to the Houston Regional Veterans Chamber of Commerce meeting, I would say almost a month ago now, and to promote the event, and uh, just let us know that the chamber as a whole was involved. And afterwards, I had reached out to her to find out just generally what the needs are for the event, as I'm actually local in Houston. I'm about 45 minutes south of where the event's being held. And we were talking about the event itself, and I asked her if they were looking for any additional sponsors, and what else I could do to be involved. And we were talking about the additional breakout sessions, and she's like, we don't have one on legal. And I was like, what? Here's what I can do. I do a lot of trademarks. As as well as general business formations and contracts, but trademark is something that no matter where someone's coming in for the conference, I'm able to offer them. So for the breakout sessions, two people will receive free trademark applications that attend the breakout sessions, and I was able to get involved just through the conversations with Julie, because it's just such a great organization, and it's a great way to not only build up the general community, the business community in Houston, which is also my community, but also the women veterans community, which is something that um, I'm very happy through the Veterans Chamber here in Houston to be able to serve.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
What about you?
So mine happened so randomly. I had just moved over to the San Diego area in August, and I was looking for a desk and actually ended up buying a desk off of Julie. And so it's so random, but I'm a big law of attraction person. And
Mhm.
so I just knew I needed to move to California. I was living in Arizona, and I just kept saying, I just know if I go over there, something's going to happen. And within my first 2 weeks of being here, I met Julie. And I'm one of those people when I love to buy stuff off Facebook Marketplace
Mhm.
that I always go and stalk their page first to see whose house I'm about to go to.
Yeah.
So I'd been on her page and saw the She Talk stuff, and I'm like, oh, I think this might be a lady I need to get to know. And so when I went to pick up the desk, we just started talking, and I ended up coming to the event up in Phoenix just to see what the talks were all about. After the talk,
Yeah.
I was like, I want to be part of this. This is something I think I have a message that women need to
Mhm.
hear. And I think your platform is beautiful.
Mhm.
Being a veteran myself, being a military wife, it all fits beautifully. So that's how I ended up being a speaker here.
And you were a part of the first event you were telling me.
I was at it. I wasn't a speaker, but I came to it just to
Mhm.
see what it was all about.
Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Can you tell
Oh,
our viewers?
absolutely. It's so inspiring. I think anytime you can go to a live event, be around positive women, positive environment, it just fills your cup. And I
Mhm.
think we all need to do that. We need to do it frequently. And with us been shut down for so long, some of our cups are really empty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you there as well, Heather?
I was not, but I was just as we've been, dealing with COVID for so long, and the, in-person events have been so infrequent. Normally, we're doing, I'm doing a lot more in-person events, but it has just been, you know, slower. And I'm greatly looking forward to having a positive uplifting event that's not just, a continuing legal education conference.
Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's so important that to be, especially as a small business and entrepreneurs, you get so much resistance always, right?
Mhm.
From the people that maybe don't believe on you in the beginning. That you need to surround yourself with the positive people, the positive that give you that boost of energy to keep building. So I'm looking forward to it as well. I'm looking forward to hear you speak because both of your topics are going to be amazing.
I know, and it is a
Yeah.
shame. I'm going to be a breakout speaker just like Heather, and I'm like, oh, I want to go to her session too.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, that's the only problem. You're in one session, missing the other session. That's the only.
yeah.
But I think the way they're going to work it out this way, all the guests they're going to be able to rotate from one
Mhm.
session to the other.
Yeah.
So that's a good positive.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to that because I know, at the conferences that I've gone to, sometimes I get, it's a, oh, but I want to go to this, and there's just not enough time. And
Hmm.
I think that's going to be a really great way to make sure everybody's getting to meet the speakers that they want to meet and really getting a full experience of what the conference has to offer.
Yeah, they get to find out a little bit, and then if they want to know more, they can always follow up
Mm-hmm.
because that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like Texas, Heather said she is in Houston.
I
I
am.
actually live in California, but I'm actually going to spend the whole month of November in Texas. So
Nice.
between San Antonio, Laredo, I will be
Yeah.
there pretty much the whole month. So I'll be able to follow up with people too.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something a lot of people don't know with like my career. I'm actually licensed in multiple states, and Texas
Mm-hmm.
just happens to be one because that's where a lot of my friends and family live.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So where can our listeners, if they are interested, can reach you and find you?
For me,
Mhm.
you can find me online. I have a website called howmoneyworks.com/Laureen Cummings. And so you can reach out to me there. I do teach classes every Tuesday night or me or my team. Actually, I'm teaching this Tuesday online. So if you're interested in joining an online How Many Works class, you're welcome to do that. You can Zoom in from anywhere. Um, yeah, so you can find me there. I have a link tree. I don't know how to give you my link tree right now.
Well, I would definitely post it on the comments. What about you, Heather? Where they can find you?
And the easiest way to get in contact with me is directly through my website, which is carsonlawpllc.com, and you can actually book a consultation with me right through the website, and that makes it really easy to schedule time, and the consults are done via Zoom, so it makes it really easy for everybody.
Okay, thank you.
So, what about you? Tell us something about you.
Yeah.
I know you're speaking.
So I actually be teaching a breakout session as well for this event. I speak on the last event, um, and I'll be and the next one for Florida. I think I'll be a speaker as well. I'm actually the founder of More Umbrella TV show and a lot of other things. And I'm going to be talking about entrepreneurship because I think for me, I'm a veteran. It
Mm-hmm.
really helped me transition from the military. Falling into entrepreneurship, figure it out, always having a challenge
Mm-hmm.
was the same for me. So I love to share that with others and help them in their own journey as well. And my session is going to be about designing thinking, because sometimes we need to step out of the box
Mm-hmm.
to get those ideas going. Um, so yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm looking forward to meet you and re-meet you in
Yes.
person. Um,
It will be
but
a great event. I'm so
Oh yeah,
excited
no,
to go.
it's gonna be great. One of my and I'm even more excited as my best friend decided that she's going to spend her birthday weekend down in Houston so that she can come to the conference as well. Um,
Nice.
and that's what it's all about, right? It's
yeah,
something very positive when you have positive people and a positive place. That energy is just so
yes,
contagious. It fill you up and you come back with more ideas, with more
yeah.
energy, and get so much done. That's
And you
awesome.
realize that those roadblocks that seem completely insurmountable, you're not the only one dealing with them,
Hmm.
and you're able to find people to discuss with them, to discuss those roadblocks with, and find new creative ways to deal with them, and it helps being an make that occasional loneliness that you can feel being a business owner so much more manageable. And you, as you build that community, which I think is so important being a business owner, it makes it easier and it makes it a lot more fun. Um, and that's really, what it is all
Yeah.
about.
Yeah. I have to say, I was at the Phoenix event and I met Allie and Liz there who started the girlfriends group. And they talked me into starting a girlfriends group back here in Imperial Beach. And so I did. And within an hour or within 24 hours, I had over 100 members in that group.
Oh,
So to
wow.
me, that was a true testimonial of how women are looking for connection.
Mhm.
We need girlfriends. We need other females in our life. So it's been great so far. It is nothing but a social network where
Mhm.
we're just girls becoming girlfriends. And so it's been very positive, but it really, really touched me on how many women felt alone. You
Mhm.
know, just like Heather said, we feel alone a lot of times. And so that's been a very positive thing that just came a month ago out of the Phoenix event.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
What
I think
there's
right now
this
we're up to like 180 members.
I think that's the thing, right? As women, we often face a lot of different challenges. We got
Mhm.
families to take care of. We
Mhm.
always the caregiver, for the most part, and sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's where having that energy and being with other women, it can help to find
Mhm.
that space. So yeah, do you want to add anything else?
I'm just, I can't believe, well, I can't believe it's already almost the end of October. Um, I'm really
Yeah.
happy that it is, as you know, we're kicking November off with this amazing event that is just going to be, I think that it is going to be the perfect way to kind of like go into that year end sprint. It's going to be that infusion of energy and just positivity to really make that, uh, as everybody's looking at into 2022 and setting those goals and seeing, okay, what's next for me in my business. This is going to be the perfect way to kickstart that, because you're going to be getting all of this wonderful information from every aspect of business and life. And I have no doubt that everybody's going to walk away going, you know what, this was phenomenal. When are we going to do this again?
I see.
I
Yeah.
agree. Now, I will say, if you're not a business owner, you're not an entrepreneur, don't let that stop you from coming to an event like this. You never know who you might meet,
Mm-hmm.
what connections you might make, and it could be life altering for you.
Mm-hmm.
You might end up walking away with a cup filled and ready to start a whole new path in life.
Yeah.
So don't let, because you don't have a business, keep you
Yeah.
from coming.
Well, and I think this is what made this event so unique, right? It's not just about business.
Mm-hmm.
It's
No,
about entertainment. It's about being together and
Mm-hmm.
inspiration.
Yep.
So,
inspired,
we're going to
empowered.
have a singer, different performers uh, that they're going to be also on the stage, sharing the stage. So
Mm-hmm.
it's not just about business.
Mm-hmm.
That's
No,
very important too.
Yep.
Um, so it be definitely be fun. It be definitely
Mm-hmm.
be entertaining and it be
Mm-hmm.
informative and empowering. So that's the most important part,
Yes.
empowering.
that's right. I agree.
Because I think the name is fitting. She talks.
Yes.
So I'm really looking forward to it, and it'd be awesome. Are you guys also staying for the other two events coming up after that? That's part of this special event.
I'm staying for Sunday.
Yes. I'll be
So yeah,
there
I'll be there for
Sunday.
Sunday.
And you listening are not clue in. That's about the Veteran Empowerment Day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be very veteran focused, and there's everything,
Mm-hmm.
even a veteranpreneur challenge, and so much. And then the Monday day is going to be a health symposium. So if you're ever curious about all different kinds of healings, that's also going to be one of the events. That's going to be the main focus on. But I'm really looking forward to the She Talk one.
Yep.
Of course. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right.
And,
Well,
some of us are going out that night to the
Yeah.
concert. And so,
yeah,
yeah, the concert Saturday night. I can't wait for that too.
yeah. I need to get ready for all those memories and make
Yep.
sure I have enough memory card for all the pictures.
Yeah. That'll be, make sure that everything's getting backed up and you've got plenty of room on your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still downloaded picture for the last time. All right. Well, um, thank you for joining me, and
Yeah. Thank you for setting this up.
thank you.
Yes. Thanks. It's been great. I look forward to meeting you ladies in
Yes.
Houston.
See,
Houston looks forward to everybody being here.
Awesome.
awesome. Okay. So let me check the comments. Okay, and with that, we going